عن أمير المؤمنين أبي حفص عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول إنما العمل بالنيات وإنما لكل امرئ ما نوى.
Being patient in knowledge is two types. Firstly, patience in acquiring and seeking it. For memorization requires patience, for understanding requires patience. Attending the circles of knowledge requires patience, and being mindful of the right of the teacher requires patience. Secondly,
so what do you need patience in? The two things. Number one, seeking knowledge. Some of the Salaf said, مَا لَمْ يَحْتَمِلْ أَلَمَ التَّعْلِيمِ لَمْ يَذُقْ لَذَّةَ الْعِلْمِ. Whoever does not take the pain in studying, he will never attain the sweetness of that knowledge. Meaning, the pain as in, it's difficult. Traveling to go to your class, making notes during the lesson, sitting down in one position for hours, revising, memorizing, waking up at the right time for the class. All of that is difficult. All of that requires patience. But if you don't have that patience, then you will not attain that sweetness of knowledge, nor will you attain knowledge itself. No.
Secondly, patience in giving it back, spreading it, relaying it to its people. So sitting down for the students requires patience, making them understand requires patience, bearing their mistakes requires patience. Additional to these two types of patience is not in knowledge, is patience upon having patience in both, and being steadfast upon them both. لكل إلى شاء العلا وثبات ولكن عزيز في الرجال ثبات. All jump high to reach their aims, but scarce is it amongst the men to be truly steadfast.
No, number 10.
Number 10, sticking to the manners of knowledge. Ibn al-Qayyim said in his book Madarij
As-Salikin,
the manners of a person are the sign of his happiness and success, and lack of manners is the sign of his wretchedness and destruction. Nothing has brought the goodness of this life and hereafter more than manners, nor has nothing caused the prevention of it more than the lack of it.
No. So, number 10, sticking to the mannerisms of knowledge. In our introduction, I gave a general introduction regarding mannerisms in Islam. This principle here is more specific to mannerisms for seeking knowledge. So we're going to have a lot of statements here in regards to seeking knowledge. And the summary of it, in terms of the religion, we mentioned. The summary is what Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah said. الدين كله خلق. The religion, all of it is mannerisms. فَمَنْ زَادَ عَلَيْكَ فِي الْخُلُقِ زَادَ عَلَيْكَ فِي الدِّينِ. So whoever is better than you in mannerisms, he's better than you in the religion. When it comes to seeking knowledge, the summary of it is, depending on how much adab you have, that's how much knowledge you will attain. And without these adab, you will not be able to attain knowledge. And we're going to see the meaning of this and the implementation of this through many of the aqwal of the Salaf, as the Shaykh will mention shortly now.
والمرء
لا يسمو بغير الأدب وإن يكن ذا حسب ونسب.
A person will not be elevated without manners, even if he has high ancestry and lineage. The only one suitable for knowledge is the one who adorns himself with its manners, in himself, his lesson, his teacher and his colleagues. Yusuf bin al-Husayn said, Bil-adabi tufhamul ilm. With manners will knowledge be understood.
Okay, Wallahu alam, I think what seems to be more correct is to say Bil-adabi tafhamul ilm. Right? That through these etiquettes you would understand knowledge. As for tufham, the problem is that it should be ayyah, because ilm is mudhakkar, ala kulli hal. Bil-adabi tafhamul ilm. Through etiquettes you would understand knowledge. So this is the foundation. How do you attain knowledge? Through these etiquettes. All these etiquettes that we are taking. This again is one of those statements highlighted. These are one of the statements that you need in your journey of seeking knowledge. And the ulama have different ways of explaining this. Right? Some ulama say, because if a teacher sees that you have etiquettes, he'll put more effort in teaching you properly. For example, that student, I give an example of Hamza, right? The brother Hamza who's doing hifz with me. There's been times, like if he's missed class in the morning, I've sat with him in the masjid till 1 a.m., 2 a.m. listening to his Qur'an. Why? Because no, he's serious. I don't have a problem with that. Right? He's serious. and he wants to learn, so I'll stay with him in the masjid. But then there's other students who don't attend and miss a lot of days, right? If they ask me, right, Ustadh, I didn't come today, listen to me after Asr, no. Or you don't turn up half the time, the one day you want to take my time, just for you to miss tomorrow as well. I'm not going to give you that time, right? So the teacher will only put in that effort with you if he sees effort from you. That's why when it comes to the books of Adab wa Talib al-Ilm, Shaykh al-Husari, Hafidhullah, when he was teaching us Hilyatu Talib al-Ilm, we came to the chapter of Adab wa Talib ma'a Shaykhi, the etiquette of a student of knowledge with his Shaykh. He said before we read the individual points, the Shaykh said there's one principle which summarizes this whole chapter, which is الشيخ لا يعطيك بعضه أو خيره حتى تعطيه خيرك. الشيخ لا يعطيك خيره حتى تعطيه خيرك. The Shaykh will not give the good and the best of what he has until you give the best of what you have. That's all of the individual points is a branch off of this. So the Shaykh doesn't see something from you, right? Etiquette from you, he's not gonna put effort in. Right? And is the Shaykh missing out? The Shaykh's not missing out. He already knows the stuff. Who's missing out? The student. And you'll find stories like that. We're going to read inshallah. And we'll read some of these instances from the Salaf Iznai Ta'ala. Some ulama have also explained this, saying that through these etiquettes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will aid that person. The person that has adab, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will aid him and make it easier for him to understand and so on. Whereas the person who doesn't have adab, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not aid that person. And there's other tafasir, other ways that ulama explain this statement of Yusuf ibn al-Husayn rahimahullah. No.
That is because the one who is well-mannered will be seen to be befitting for knowledge, so he will be given it, and the one who has little manners, knowledge is too precious to be wasted on him. From this point,
so that's basically one of the explanations of that statement now.
From this point, the Salaf rahimahullah gave great concern to learning manners, just like they would in learning knowledge. Ibn Sirin said,
So now the Shaykh is going to mention statements from the Salaf and so on. So نعم كانوا يتعلمون الهدي كما يتعلمون العلم.
They used to learn good manners just like they learn knowledge. In fact, a group of them gave precedence to learning it first over learning knowledge.
So Ibn Sirin's statement is, just as they give importance to learning knowledge, they give importance to seeking knowledge. But then the Shaykh says, in fact, some of the Salaf were even more stricter. That they would say, before you even learn the knowledge itself, it's not the same level. Etiquette comes first. Etiquette is before that knowledge. He's going to mention the statements. No.
Malik ibn Anas said to a youth from Quraysh, Ya ibn akhi.
Ya ibn akhi. Ya ibn.
Ya ibn akhi. تعلم الأدب قبل.
شو بيتعلم الأدب؟
تعلم الأدب قبل أن تتعلم العلم. Oh, son of my brother, learn manners before you learn knowledge.
So, Imam Malik, what did he say to the youngster? تعلم الأدب, learn knowledge, learn etiquette قبل, before أن تتعلم العلم, before you learn knowledge.
And they would show the need for it. Makhlad bin al-Husayn said to Ibn al-Mubarak one day, نحن إلى كثير من الأدب أحوج منا إلى كثير من العلم. We are in more need of good manners than we are in need of an increase in knowledge. And they used to advise with it and direct the people to it. Malik said, my mother used to wake me an amamah, and she would say, go to Rabi'a. She means Ibn Abi Abdul Rahman, the jurist of the people of Medina in his time, and learn from his manners before you learn from him his knowledge. And many people from the students of today were prevented knowledge solely due to them losing their manners. Al-Layth ibn Sa'id supervised over the people of Hadith. He once saw them from something he didn't like, so he said, what is this? You people are in more need of a little bit of good manners than your need for a great deal of knowledge. So what would Al-Layth say if he were to see the state of many of the students of knowledge in this era?
Yes, subhanAllah, these are all statements of the Salaf. You can see how they were when it came to knowledge. Look at Layth, when he's teaching people of Hadith, he saw something that was not from the mannerisms. He told them off for it. Right? Another story of Al-Buqa'i, somebody wanted to read to him, and a person sat in a manner which is not befitting, so he didn't teach him. He said, you have more need of etiquette than you need of knowledge. Right? So, all these etiquettes are very, very important for us to study. Sometimes some people come out with some statements, right? Somebody, for example, sitting in the masjid with his feet stretched out, facing the qibla. So you might say to him, look, you shouldn't stretch your feet out to the qibla. So this person, because he's not studied, he'll say, oh, well, what's the dalil that it's not allowed? That's not an issue of dalil, issue of etiquette. If your father was sat right in front of you, would you put your legs out like that? Nowadays, I don't know. Yeah, but generally it's not, you wouldn't, right? So it's not necessarily an issue of haram or halal and a dalil, and it's an issue of mannerisms, an issue of etiquettes. So many of the Salaf are very, very strict, and if they saw students without the etiquettes, whether in asking a question or acting in class, they wouldn't teach that person. And they would say, go learn etiquettes first and then come to me. So Shaykh Usaymi, in his Asl, he gives a number of examples of things which are not from the adab of a talib al-ilm. So let's quickly read some of the things that he mentioned. He said, somebody that when a shaykh's in front of him, he's there leaning, or he's stretching his legs up, or he's speaking loudly in front of his shaykh, or he's answering the phone in front of his shaykh. And all of this is without a need. And these are just a couple of examples he gave. Without a need. For example, if there's a need, the lesson's long, and you need to lean a little bit, it's fine. Or you need to stretch your legs. Shaykh said it's fine. Shaykh said, look, sometimes you sit there, your legs get tired. No problem, you stretch it, but only for like a minute, and once the pain goes, you put it back in. As for sitting there like this, yeah? That's not from the etiquettes of a student of knowledge now.